I was doing some research about like how can I, create a application that can be scaled to millions of users. And it goes without saying that it's not about the tools that you use, it's about the concepts, the architecture you plan to write your app in, right? Agreed. But what if the tool makes it easy for you? So while doing my research, I came across Elixir. And the way this language is made, it is amazing. So this language was built on top of Erlang, which was built to, create applications that can be used at a scale of millions of users, right? And we can go into the history of it. Like it was invented by a company called Elixir, which was a telecom company that time, and they had to keep their servers up and running all the time. They needed to have high availability for all their servers. They needed to be up all time. We can talk about it all, but the crux is Elixir is amazing. Elixir is built on top of Erlang, and it can do everything that Erlang can, but it has a syntactical sugar. If you have worked with Ruby, it is very similar to Ruby, the syntax, right? So you can pick it up in no time, even if you have learned Python. It's really simple, right? And it has a few things in the language cooked in that makes it really easy to scale your application. For example, it uses a virtual machine called Beam. Like in Java we have JVM, here we have Beam. And what's special about this is that it uses a single process and a couple of threads from your operating system on which you are running your Elixir app. And after that, it has its own scheduler, processes and threads, and it doesn't use any of that from your OS after taking one single process and a couple of threads, right? It has threads and processes of its own and a scheduler of its own. So it manages the application processes so fluently that you won't be out of your CPU resources. It's amazing. It's beautiful and it's amazing to think about, right? Then it is completely functional programming language, which I am absolutely in love with right now, because I have worked with Rescript recently, and it was also a functional programming language, and man, it is amazing. So when it comes to functional programming language, you would hear a very common buzzword called immutability, and we will talk about it in very depth in the third video of this series, I guess. But the main concept is that we don't change the state. Like if we have an array, we don't push elements directly to it. We create a new array and we keep the array which we had in the first place immutable, right? We don't mutate the state directly. That's what immutability is. And when we are talking in context of functional programming language, the very simple method to do that is that we have a function. The array is the input for that function. Then it will operate on that array and return another array. Without changing the initial array, it will return the other array, and we can store that in a new array. As simple as that. And since that is the process, we can actually chain multiple functions, right? So we are calling map on one array, then we are filtering it out, and we can pass the output of first function to the input of second function, because that's the same data structure it's accepting, right? And this makes the language really easy. We can chain multiple function calls, and the way Elixir has created the ecosystem of functions like anonymous functions and the when clause and function, the multiple functional clause, the whole idea is brilliant. And I really want you to be a part of the series and learn it with me. I'm planning to release a video twice a week, if not more than that, but at least twice a week I'm planning to release a video. So make sure to subscribe so you get the notification, right? And right after this video you will see another starting video where we'll be seeing pattern matching in Elixir, which again, it goes without saying is amazing, because I wanted to start with it because it is one of the most, attractive feature of Elixir that you can see. I will see you in that video, but make sure to subscribe so you don't miss. Okay, and yeah, Elixir is beautiful and I am absolutely in love with it. Okay, bye.